As I'm editing the video footage from last night's workout, which is passing by now, an existential question dawned on me. How much does the sled weigh? Because I'm adding 100 kilos to that, and I'm pushing that, but it definitely isn't only 100 kilos. So I was doing 5 sets of these, and I was really focusing on really pushing explosively, trying to get each set to go slightly faster, but maybe I did too many because 5 sets were quite a few, so I felt like the last and maybe the second to last set were slowing down a bit. So I only put in the ones that I felt were doing justice to the exercise. And after this, I went straight into some Nordic curls. In here, I may have overdone it as well, but as I went into the first rep and I felt like I was able to pull myself up very easily, I kind of got excited and I went for a full set with 4 full reps on the Nordic curl. I have not done this properly, that is, in, I want to say, a couple of months. So I was really happy that I was able to do that. And after 4 full reps, I went for an extra eccentric just to get to 5. The first set was fine. The second set, I was doing 3 and a couple more eccentrics. In here, as I'm looking at the technique, I'm not really shooting my hips up that much. And the excuse that I ended up formulating in my head is, since my legs, my shins are resting at a slightly higher position than the surface onto which I'm touching with my chest, I am kind of justified for maybe getting a bit of a hip flexion, simply because I don't want my knees to overextend at the bottom. And so I think that this is just a normal reaction to the body, trying to balance out the fact that I am not landing on an even surface. But excuses aside, this is the third set. I was doing 2 reps on this one here and a few more eccentrics. I am saying that I may have done too much because as I'm editing, it's the next day and I'm feeling a bit of discomfort at the back of my knee, slightly outside, right where the bicep femoris distal tendon attaches into the knee. I'm feeling that when I'm sitting mostly for a long period of time. I feel like there is a bit of discomfort that builds up, and then I need to stand up and move around, contract the hamstring, and it goes away. But still, it probably gives me an idea that I've done a bit too much. I should be more careful. I was excited, and I should have progressed it a bit more. Maybe just do 1 rep first time, and then do a few more eccentrics, and then attack it again in the next session where the Nordic curl comes. Then moving on to the upper body part of the session, I was going for some explosive pull-ups. I'm calling them high pull-ups. The idea is to pull myself as low as I can, hopefully eventually being able to touch the bar with my belly button, and even lower the hips, and then I'm taking off and flying into the sky. But yeah, this is a good exercise that I think trains the explosive component of the pull-up. I am also doing some weighted stuff in terms of chin-ups, and I'm also doing some more volume, longevity-oriented variation of the pull-up with a neutral grip. But these I was taking for 3 sets of 5, trying to stay as explosive as I could. I was feeling like the 4th and 5th rep were not as good. I was noticing more keeping with my legs, moving them a bit forward, but I was able to keep a nice hollow body position. Maybe my upper back could be a bit more open, as the last set that I was recording was from the back, and I was really noticing that as I am going up, although I'm able to really pull my elbows back behind me, maybe the stance is a bit narrow. If I was able to grab it slightly wider, I could keep a chest more open, but it feels comfortable in this position, so I'll just keep going and see if I can progress. And then I was doing more work for the inside of the shoulder, the usual rotator cuff exercises, and I progressed the behind the neck press to 15 kilos. I was doing a few sets going to 10 repetitions, and I'm going to slowly progress these. I don't want to be a knucklehead and do the same thing as with the Nordic curl. My annoyance in the back of the knee is not as bad as the tendinopathy that I have in my rotator cuff, so I'll definitely be more careful with that. But I was also doing again some more exercises with the dumbbell, which I think are very valuable. In here there was a guy who just kept going around and around and around, so I only recorded one set because this is pretty much it anyways. But yeah, overall really great session. Can't wait to be in for the next one. Hopefully it's just as productive. Ciao.